I'm Adam, and this is my HO scale model railroad based on the Southern Railway's Murphy Branch in western North Carolina. Today we'll start our visit by following the westbound first class train number 17 just east of Sylva, which is as far east as I've modeled. Sylva has a short siding on my Murphy Branch. My focus has been on the main line, but eventually there'll be some industry tracks here for the local to switch. West of Sylva, the train ducks behind the scenes and re-emerges in Bryson City. Bryson hasn't changed much since the last update. I've added a couple switches for industries on the east end though. There will be some yard tracks here and of course an engine facility with a turntable. After Bryson, the train comes to Bushnell. A spur here leads to Fontana Dam, which is still under construction in the early to mid-40s. I haven't even begun construction on it. And from there it's on to Nantahala and the start of the red marble grade, which on my layout is represented by this Helix, which goes up some 18 inches or so to the second level with about a 2% grade, maybe a little better than that. And this is all completely new since my last update. I plan to scenic the Helix. I've tried to achieve a balance between efficient space usage and giving the operator something to look at during the climb, which takes about 2 minutes. The landforms may require some suspension of disbelief, but that's okay. Almost at the top now, we're passing the Graham County interchange. At the top of the Helix, the train rolls into Topton and then around the curves as it descends toward Andrews. You'll notice the rounded backdrops I've got in place here. Those are new, and it's something I spent way too much time thinking about just how I was going to get right instead of just doing it. In the end, I made a jig to help me bend the hardboard and hold it in place while gluing and screwing the cross supports. And then those cross supports were then used to mount the assembly to the vertical benchwork L girders. And maybe it all worked out fine. Number 17 is now in East Andrews. Some good opportunity for industry spurs here, and as with Sylva below it, the benchwork, sub-roadbed, track, and backdrop have all been built over the past month. There's a nice long passing siding here too. The main line west of Andrews is still on my to-do list, but the plan is for it to go along the back of this area. In the foreground here will be a large lumber mill switching area. Also at the western end of Andrews is a switch that forms a reversing loop for continuous operation during open houses and such. I plan to have another reversing loop on the lower level too, and that one will be a bit trickier as it will come into the back of Bryson. Both will provide a good place for industry tracks though during an operating session, maybe something like a pulpwood loading, something along those lines. It's been a strange few months, and for a number of them I didn't get really anything done on the railroad. It felt like a huge opportunity lost, but I just didn't feel motivated. And then I read something about how the key to getting things done is not motivation, which is fleeting, it's discipline. And that clicked for me. So since then I've been down here every weekend in the mornings making progress, and it may not always be fun, the things that I'm doing, but I've got my eyes on the goal, which is to have people over to operate, and to do that I need to have a railroad for them to operate. I wouldn't be surprised if that's still several months off from now if we're lucky, but I'm happy to be making progress again. Thanks for watching.